So the first thing you want to do is tie a knot around your hook. The hook that I'm using is a size E. And all you want to do is just create a chain, and I count to 20. Okay, so after running your hook, counting to 20, this is the size of the chain that you want. Okay, so I've gone around and created another chain on the opposite side, and you should end up with something that looks like this. And this craft is obviously for someone who knows how to knit or crochet, so you'll know exactly, if you're familiar with the craft, what this is. Finished with my 15 rows, and I have basically just gone back and forth to create these rows right here. And if you're familiar with knitting, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is a craft for knitters, but you would make 15 rows is what I used for the size that I need. But of course, if you want a larger pumpkin, then you would make additional rows. Or if you wanted it bigger as well, then you would obviously make your chain a lot bigger going across. These are favors for Thanksgiving. I'm just going to place them right on top of the plates. So I don't want them too big. I just want them like a favor, a party favor size. Next thing I'm going to do is make a knot here at the corner, and I am going to sew these two ends together. I've made a knot right here at the corner. Next thing I'm going to do is just get these two ends together, and I'm just going to sew right across. So you see I have orange thread, and I'm ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and again sew the two ends together. Okay, so as you can see, I have sewn the two pieces together, and now because the stitching is on this side, this is going to be the inside, so I'm going to have to turn it inside out. And it's going to be hard to do this with one hand, but I will try. Okay, so now this is the good side here, because you won't be able to see any of the stitching. The next step is getting stuffing, and this you can purchase at Walmart. They have it in their yardage department or any craft store. What you're going to do is basically just stand this up and put your stuffing right inside. Okay, so once you have the stuffing inside, then what you're going to do is, it's kind of hard to show one-handed here, but you're going to bring everything together like so, and you're just going to sew all the ends together, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, sew all these ends together, and then come back to show you. So I've gone ahead and I've sewn all the ends together, and this is what it should look like here. So this is the bottom, and then that's the top, and this is the top, and we're going to go ahead and push this down, and we're going to do the same thing that we've done down here, which is to sew all the ends together like this. Okay, one more thing that I forgot to mention here is your stem is going to actually be a cinnamon stick, and while you're sewing the top, the bottom you can sew completely, meaning everything's going to be pretty much sewn and covered up. But when you're sewing the top, make sure that you leave at the top at least a small little hole the size of your cinnamon stick, so that you so that you're at least able to place it inside. Here's what I mean. I'm going to just leave right in the center just a little small opening there, and just sew right around the rest of the edges. So I've sewn all the edges together, and as you could see, I've left a little small opening here. And that should be the perfect size for my stem. Now obviously I need to cut this down, but as you can see, it's perfect. What you want to do is just squeeze down, and then you want to take your needle and put it right through, and then bring it right back up from the bottom, and then put your needle down again, and then bring it up, right back up to the top. Still want to keep the little hole. Don't cover that up at all. Just make sure that you always have that open, and you would have created something that looks like this. By doing that sewing technique, you'll get more of the look of a pumpkin than just a little knitted ball. So we're going to do that next. As you can see, now this has taken on more of this shape, kind of like a donut shape, and looks more like a pumpkin. And I have brought the cinnamon sticks also down to size, and what I'm going to do now is just get a glue gun, and I'm just going to glue the end right here, and then just stick it right inside the hole like this. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've glue gunned the cinnamon stick to the pumpkin, and what I've done is when I glued, I made sure to press all the way down, and again it just stood up and it kind of brought some of this down with it, and again creating that little shape that we're looking for. And then also here what I have are just little leaves and these little branchy type of things that come with the leaves. Cut off a leaf as well, and I'm just going to glue gun that like so. You could see I have glue gunned a little leaf here to make it more natural looking, to make it look more like a pumpkin, and basically that's it. The craft is done, and I'm really pleased with how they came out. So this is what I have on my tablescape prior to Thanksgiving. I just have these decorative fruits that are glittered. I believe these are apples. So even for a decorative look, you can even use the pumpkins to sit there on your table. And that's what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving, which is why I am creating several of these little pumpkins. They're really little. They look a lot bigger on camera, but as you could see, it's the same size as the one I have now. And I just think it would make a really cute Thanksgiving party favor, something for your guests to take back home. And just remember the time that they were in your home and they celebrated Thanksgiving with you, and just remember that year. Also, if you want to be a little more creative, if you have table seating at your Thanksgiving table with your guests, what you can do is, maybe buy those little tags at the craft store, and then just attach a little tag with their name on it and real pretty writing, something like that. I just wanted to show you my little pumpkin favor craft. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, and happy Thanksgiving.